All right, folks, so here's the final product. Still some things I want to add to it. We're going to put some type of trellis here for plants and some shade, which we're already going to do that from the get-go, but we're just going to kind of wait it out here until summertime to actually figure out exactly how we want to do it. But overall, the frame's up. It's about 10 and a half feet tall. It is 16 feet long and about 12 feet wide, so close to 200 square feet. And I welded this basically from old pallet rack beams. All those beams here, I'll take you a little closer here. These are from pallet racks, old pallet racks. You know, you can get them for less than $2 a foot. And then I put a rubberized coating on them. Basically, it's the same stuff you put on roofs. It's a rubberized elastomeric coating. The roof here, which is a metal roof, you can see here, it's like a kind of an olive color. I don't know the exact color, but it's kind of, it matches the surroundings basically, and that's what we wanted. So, you know, actually when you're far away, it's hard to see this thing because it kind of mixes in with the background here. So it's pretty nice that way. But so far we've been through a couple rough storms. I've definitely had some rough ones already. So this thing's been put to the test. It's a rigid frame, you know, meaning that everything's welded together, and every spot has multiple welds on it. So, you know, it's been just fine. I haven't had any real problems. I came out here and watched to see how much it flexed during the storms and everything, and you know, everything seems good to go. Overall, the concrete came out pretty good. So I wanted to give it some time before I even did a video anyways, because I mean, who knows if this was going to crack or what. You know, that was really what I wanted to see. So I did a pretty good job, I think. You know, one thing I'd have done differently with the concrete is I would have just done it at a different time of year, because one of the issues I had with it was that I wasn't able to quite get the nice finish that I wanted on it, the nice smooth finish, because I wasn't able to do the trowel work in time before it got dark and then it started getting cold. The problem we have out here in the desert is, and I've talked about it multiple times, is we get these temperature swings that are like 30 to 35 degrees. So when you get a 35-degree temperature swing, basically it was right during the time frame where we would get into freezing temperatures. It'd be 60 during the day, and then it would be 30 towards night. So, you know, when you're working with concrete, you know, you definitely don't want it to be in those temperatures. Like, you know, 40 to 50 degrees is the absolute lowest you want for it. So really, I was a race against time. I did it in the slabs in 4 sections. So, you know, basically I would come out here, I set up my form work, did one section one day, then did the other one a couple days later, etc., etc. It took quite a bit of time. I mixed the concrete myself. I didn't use the ready mix bags. I used concrete aggregate and Portland cement and made my own batches. So I did everything from beginning to end with a tiny little Ryobi cement mixer. Came out here and did it. It was quite a workout. So definitely made me a little bit sore, and definitely makes me realize that concrete work is not something I really enjoy that much. But you know, when you do a job, you want to try to do it right. So overall, I'm happy with the concrete. I don't have, so far I haven't seen any cracks in it. You know, I think cracking is kind of inevitable with concrete eventually, although sometimes maybe you get lucky or you won't have any. But I tried to do everything right and just did everything like slow and deliberate with the concrete. So I let it cure for quite a long time and covered it, kept it warm, all that good stuff. So, you know, I think it's the little things, like if you just pay attention to those things, and you know, with temperature is a big deal. Keeping the temps where you know, I even warmed the water on certain days because it was getting cold. So I kept the water at a certain temperature when I mixed the concrete, and then I covered it with insulation foam to make sure that you know, it locked in a temperature while it was curing, and did a lot of reading on concrete. So yeah, overall you can see right here it you know, it looks pretty good. It looks like concrete. So yeah, I did it in 4 sections. So this was about 50 square foot per section. And I found that when you're mixing it, like from beginning to end, if you're doing like ready mix bags, or in my case where I was doing the aggregate and mixing the Portland cement, about 50 square feet is about your max that you're going to be able to do a single person if you're mixing the concrete yourself. And maybe you could get up to 75 or even 100, but at that point, you know, that's if you had everything lined up and you had a day that it wasn't getting dark, you know, early like I was. So you know, I don't know, maybe I could have done more, but I felt that about 50 square foot is a manageable section of concrete at a time. And then after that, you know, I think it would have been a lot more stressful. And I'm talking DIY solo. I'm not talking, you know, if you had a group of people. So anyhow, and also if you had ready mix bags, you know, I think you could probably do a lot more. You probably do 100 square feet at a time. But if you have a truck come in, you know, you could do the whole thing at once. It's just, you know, the way I did it. So anyways, so yeah, overall, the beams I'm pretty happy with. The only thing with these is I probably would have been a little more selective on finding ones without as many dents in them, because there's only a couple spots where I can see the dents in the light, and it's more just something that bothers me. I don't think anybody else would notice it, but you know, when I'm walking, I see it, and it just drives me crazy. The wood slats, the only thing that's wood on this are these slats right here for the roof. The roof, it's a metal roof, you know, just metal panels, and yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Overall, I'm very happy with it. Now, let's talk about the cost. The cost is the big one that people want to know when you build something like this. So how much did this cost me completely from beginning to end? And I actually sat and did an itemized list on this thing on a scrap piece of paper and went through and just tried to get it almost exact, and I came out to $970 for this. That was $970 for the whole thing, and that was because I was able to get surplus steel. I even got the panels for the roof at a discount. I did everything myself, but I did put about 60 hours into this thing. Now, as far as these posts, one thing that I did on these posts that I'm pretty happy with, that I thought this out before I just put these posts against the concrete, was I put a little bit of a styrofoam. You can see it right here. There's still some aesthetic stuff we're going to do here, like landscaping wise, to go around this, but right here, this is some styrofoam to gave myself a little bit of a barrier between the post and the actual slab, because my thought was that these posts are going to be flexing with the wind, and I wanted to not have it directly against the concrete because I figured it would be a lot more likely to crack that way. So I did put you know, a layer there. I forget what they call those, but you do it in concrete work anyways. But yeah, you can see it more over here. So all I did was I took some styrofoam that I had and you know, I cut them out and I spaced it between, you know, the post, which is in the ground, it's concreted into the ground, but between the post and the actual slab here. So, you know, gave myself a little room for flexing there. I think that's an important little thing that I did that I think is easy to overlook that when you do something like this, but I think it matters. But we'll find out soon enough. Anyways, I feel like I'm just kind of talking now, so I'm going to go ahead and go, and hope you guys enjoy the pergola here, and I'll try to make more videos here in the near future.